Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. The strange tale of the rematch between Liam Cameron and Ben Shalom and Ben Whitaker. I wish it was with Liam Cameron versus Ben Shalom. No, it's Liam Cameron versus Ben Whitaker. This odd situation is rolling on to the point where the fight is jeopardized because, as you may have heard, you may have read, you may have seen interviews about it, there is a contractual dispute. Apparently, there was some sort of contractual or administrative mistake made on behalf of Boxer. Boxer are the promoter, or the supposed promoter of this contest. This is going to be on Sky Sports. Liam Cameron is a Queensbury fighter, but there was an administrative error which resulted in Cameron being sent a contract for a 12-round contest, whereas Whitaker has been sent and has signed for a 10-round fight. Now, of course, Cameron and his manager, Lee Eaton, looked at this contract and went, "Thank you very much. 12 rounds, we'll have that." Signed it, and it is legally binding, apparently. Well, at least according to Lee Eaton, again, Cameron's manager, and Frank Warren and Queensbury. They are the promoters of Cameron, but they are, I suppose you'd say, lending him out or allowing him to box on someone else's show because the money has been agreed, and they're saying, well, we would never stand in the way of our fighter making a good wage, which is fair enough. So there seems to be one of those sort of Mexican standoffs, like in the old spaghetti westerns. You can almost hear the Morricone music in the background. But when interviewed, Frank Warren, of course, was scathing about Ben Shalom, saying that it was pure amateurishness and embarrassing. And he said, "I would advise Liam Cameron to stick to the 12-round distance." That's what he signed for. He also said that if Boxer or Ben Whitaker or any of his team pull the plug on the fight, it becomes a legal matter. The only way they can get out of the contracted 12 rounds, which is for one of those intercontinental belts, so yes, it would be a 12-rounder. Those belts are for 12-round distances. The only way they can get out of that is to offer Liam more money, so financial compensation, and he's got to agree to the amount. But I don't know whether there's a way out of that, or it becomes a legal matter. If Liam is not happy with the terms and he wants to stick to the 12 rounds, Ben Whitaker will have to get in that ring and fight over 12 rounds, or him, Shalom, and Sky would get sued. Now, Whitaker, as Warren said, and as Lee Eaton said in an interview he gave, he's not been at fault. It's not him, it's his promoter, Ben Shalom, who made the mistake, and the Boxer team. And Shalom will claim, well, it was an honest mistake. A 10-round contract was sent to Ben Whitaker and a 12-round contract was sent to Liam Cameron. But as Warren said, not our problem. Not our problem. We've signed for a 12-rounder. He said he hasn't spoken to the board about this matter because there's no need to speak to the board yet. We've got a legally binding contract. That's the attitude. Now, Lee Eaton, when he was interviewed, said, "Look, I am employed by Queensbury. I'm actually I think the phrase or the title is the head of boxing promotions to George Warren. That is Lee Eaton's, if you like, day job. And he manages fighters, But he is essentially a Queensbury employee. So he's not going to go against the grain regarding Queensbury. There again, he doesn't need to. I mean, I would say there's perhaps a conflict of interest if Liam Cameron was to bang heads with Queensbury over a matter, because if your manager is an employee of Queensbury, there has to be some sort of conflict there. But at the moment, they're all singing off the same proverbial hymn sheet and looking for those 12 rounds. And Lee Eaton said, we were delighted with the 12 rounds. We feel that the longer the fight goes, the better it is. And in fact, Frank Warren said, if, I'm not his manager, Lee is, but if it was down to me, and I have advised him this, him being Liam Cameron, don't accept anything. Stick to the 12 rounds, because in Frank Warren's opinion, and I think it's an opinion shared by a lot of people, the 12-round distance favours Cameron, especially in light of when you think about the first fight, which is that it was a case of after 5 rounds, probably less, but after 4 rounds maybe, Ben Whitaker was huffing and puffing, running out of gas, running out of ideas, and not showing a great deal of power to keep Liam Cameron honest in that ring. Hence the reason Liam was coming on strong and beginning to grind him down. Yeah, I do agree with Frank Warren. I think that the 12 rounds definitely does favour Cameron. So, I mean, it is kind of farcical. The word farce has been used, and I kind of agree, to be honest with you, that this is a bit farcical. I mean, the fight's supposed to be this coming Sunday, and you have to wonder, is it going to go ahead? I hope so. And probably the only way Boxer can get out of this is if they offer Cameron a substantial financial incentive to reduce the fight to 10 rounds. Lee Eaton said that Liam is quite prepared to do 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 15 rounds. He doesn't care. And Ben Shalom has tried to sort of play this down. Well, they're trying to make me look silly, and as Lee Eaton said, well, you make yourself look silly, mate. And I think this is Ben's inexperience. He did jump from being essentially a small hall promoter with not a great deal of experience to having the keys to the door at Sky Boxing. And it hasn't all been bad. There have been some good nights, but they've been few and far between. Certainly nothing to compare to those halcyon days of when Matchroom and Eddie Hearn were at Sky. But this is an embarrassing thing. If I was Shalom, I would sort of cut my license and say, all right, we'll offer him extra money. How much do you want? As long as it's within reason, give him the extra money, save the show, and play it down. Just say, okay, there was a mistake made. It was our fault regarding the contracts. But yeah, good luck to Liam Cameron. Here's some extra money, mate, and we'll say it's 10 rounds, all right? And I'd try and sort of play it down. But we'll see. We'll see what goes ahead. It's all a bit embarrassing, isn't it, really? Anyway, I don't know if you've got any opinions on it. Do you think the fight will go ahead? I think that's the question that's top of the tree at the moment. We have to think about whether the fight is going to go ahead. I suspect it probably will. I don't think Shalom will want a courtroom row with Warren and Queensbury. Old Frank does like his writs, doesn't he? The odd writ or 10. But we'll see. All right, well, let me know what you think about this. I'm looking forward to this fight as well. I don't want it to not go ahead. Really looking forward to it. But there we are. I guess the strange world of boxing. Let me know what you think. Comments below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Bye for now.